Now, I've been thinking about this topic for a while now, but who really are the top 10 strongest Classroom of Elite characters? And when I say strongest, what I mean is who would win in a head-to-head one-on-one fight. I'm not gonna lie, this video might make a lot of people mad, but it's a small price to pay for salvation. Now, first up for our number 10 spot, we have Nanase Tsubasa. Nanase is generally considered to be a high tier in the Cote power scaling community because she was able to force Ayano Koji to take emergency evasive action against her. In their fight, Nanase kept increasing her speed in her Boku form, and Ayano Koji could no longer calmly analyze the situation due to how fast she became. And so it's believed that if she hit Ayano Koji, he would have taken significant amount of damage. But there is a problem with this line of scaling. The statements about Nanase, I'd say, almost directly contradict the feats she has. Like, for example, after their fight and in later volumes, it's verbatim stated that Nanase wasn't as physically gifted as White Room students. It's also directly said that she doesn't have the abilities of a White Room student either. Even going further with that, it said she wouldn't stand a ghost of a chance against Ichika, the same Ichika who got blitzed from 5 meters away by Ayano Koji. So to say that Nanase was that fast and strong against Koji poses a very direct contradiction with statements and other characters' feats. So for now, I'll just be putting Nanase at the number 10 spot. And for number 9, we have none other than Fuka Kiryun. Kiryun is someone extremely downplayed, and I think her feats are extremely overlooked. She was able to basically hold off Shiba and defend against his attempt to restrain her for almost a minute. Now, most people might think that a minute isn't impressive, but when you have somebody as fast as Shiba, defending against him, even if for a short while, it's still an impressive speed feat. Later on in the video, I'll get into how strong and fast Shiba is, so you'll understand the full extent of Kiryun's speed feat. Now, for Kiryun's strength, Ayano Koji seemed confident in her ability to completely destroy the chair in Nagamo's office. He most likely believed this off of Kiryun's strength and speed shown against Shiba. We also have her flexing her strength on this random person who tried to frame her for stealing. So while Kiryun's strength feats aren't the best, we at least know she's really fast. At the number 8 spot, we have Yamada Albert. Albert is one of the most physically strong characters in the Classroom of Eliteverse. His body is stated to be as strong as Hosen's, who could pick up an 80-kilogram pseudo and spin him around without any difficulty. Albert's durability is no joke either. He was able to take punches from Ayano Koji and also dish out enough power to make Ayano Koji choose to avoid his attacks. If Albert had better speed feats, no doubt he would be higher up on this list. Now, I'm gonna get so much hate for this one, but at the number 7 spot, we have Hosen Kazami. So I want to address some statements and misconceptions about Hosen's strength. To address Horikita's statement of Hosen being able to gain an advantage over Ichika, we know the only time Horikita has seen Ichika fight was when she was heavily damaged and low on stamina. So that would mean that she would have no basis to say that Hosen could gain an advantage over a healthy Ichika. And some people think that the person who damaged Ichika on the island was Hosen, but that's not true. Later it's confirmed that it was Shiba who punished her. Now that that's cleared up, let's go on to Hosen's actual strength. Hosen was easily able to overpower Pseudo and hits him so hard that it causes Pseudo to scream in agony after getting sent flying back. It's also said that his physical strength is a step above Ruin's, the same Ruin whose physical strength surpasses Ichika's and is in the class of Pseudo strength. It was also shown Hosen utterly dominating Ruin and only losing once Ishizaki and Albert snuck up on him and restrained his arms. Nanase also notes that she wouldn't be able to beat Hosen due to his immense physical strength. Ayano Koji also deduces that people such as Albert and Horikita Manabu could not beat Hosen in a one-on-one fight. If I'm going to be honest, the reason why Hosen is lower on this list is because his lack of speed feats. If he was faster, he would most definitely be higher on this list. Now for the number 6 spot, we have Koenji Rokusuke. Now I think the community has mixed feelings about Koenji. Some people think he's number 1 and solos all the White Rumors easily. Others believe he's an Albert victim. Me personally, I have him at number 6 due to his physical strength, stamina, agility, and speed. Starting off with Koenji's physical strength, we know it was on par with Koji's in the Island Exam Tug of War. Koji going as far to say that Koenji's physical strength ability was in a league of its own, and the likes of Albert and Suda were far inferior. Keep in mind, it's stated that Albert's body is as strong as Hosen's, so this would mean both Albert, Pseudo, and Hosen are likely far inferior to the likes of Koenji in terms of physical strength. And this is consistent because Koenji's strength is on par with Ayano Koji, who blatantly overpowered Hosen after he was stabbed. Now for Koenji's crazy agility and speed, he was able to move so fast that 3 upperclassmen who had surrounded him ran into each other and were confused of how Koenji avoided them all simultaneously. We also have him easily catching Pseudo's punch without even having to open his eyes. And in the anime, we get a crazy scene of Koenji swinging through the trees like a damn maniac. Moving on to our number 5 spot, we have one of my favorite characters, Ichika Amasawa. So for Ichika, she is one of the fastest characters in all of Classroom of the Elite. She was able to utterly perception blitz Kushida and Horikita even while being extremely injured, which would put Ichika at subsonic levels of speed. And in Ayana Koji's inner monologue, he strongly believes that Nanase couldn't stand a ghost of a chance against Ichika in a fight. In terms of combat power, she's stated to be above Pseudo and Ruin, which is consistent with her extreme speed and martial arts that she learned in the White Room. The reason why Ichika is able to take on people who are physically stronger than her is because people in the White Room are taught to target the weak points of the human body. An underrated fact about Ichika is she was able to run around the island and speed blitz people even while she got severely damaged by Shiba and was low on stamina. Jumping to our number 4 pick, we have the White Room agent Shiba Katsunori. First, I'm going to talk about his speed because it's no joke. So basically, Shiba threw a punch and the sound of his fist traveling through the air made a sound loud enough to ring in Koji's ear, even though Shiba's fist didn't connect with anything solid. So if Shiba's fist didn't hit anything but air, yet it made a loud noise, then the only explanation is it created a sonic boom via surpassing the speed of sound. Sonic booms are the only thing that don't need an impact to make a noise in a medium of air loud enough to ring a person's eardrum. Inverse-wise, his punches are stated to be on the level of Ayana Koji's in terms of power. We also know Ichika was scared to even fight back against Shiba as well. In his 2v1 with Ayana Koji, he was able to hold his own and nearly catch Ayana Koji with one of his attacks. So Shiba is most definitely a top tier in the verse. Now at the number 3 spot, I have Tsukishiro. Now it's implied that Tsukishiro and Shiba are both equals except for durability. The reason why that's the case is because Koji was confident in his ability to beat Shiba with one blow, while it takes several punches for Koji to beat Tsukishiro. And it specifically said only when Koji fought Tsukishiro that he's one of the strongest people that he's ever faced. So we could say in terms of speed and strength they are equals, but Tsukishiro takes the durability point. And at the number 2 spot, we have the strongest of the 5th generation, Takuya Yagami. Takuya was so fast that Ichika doesn't even blink around him because she's afraid of his immense speed. He was able to speed blitz Ichika to the point where she couldn't even move to react. Take in mind, Ichika is already an established subsonic character on a low ball. Takuya was able to overpower Ichika to the point where it says that she couldn't even compete with his level of strength. Yagami is so fast and strong that he was able to break 2 people's bones without them noticing that it was him. Takuya was also able to dodge Ibuki's attack and one-shot her without even looking. He also instantly one-shot the teacher who tried to stop him, which was Mashima. It's also said multiple times that his rampage seemed to be unstoppable, which is supported by his strength and speed feats. I would also like to note that Takuya has some sort of narrative parallel with Ayana Koji that does seem to imply a certain level of strength. It's when Ibuki and Ruin separately came to the conclusion that the most harmless looking people are the most dangerous, and they learned that from dealing with Ayana Koji. Takuya has the same thing, as he's stated to look harmless to the average person, therefore indicating how dangerous he actually is. Now this part might get a bit contentious, but I'm going to address the statement of Ichika getting sanctioned by Shiba and how this might imply Takuya Yagami's over Tsukishiro and Shiba. So when they use the wording turn him away, I personally interpret as if you resist punishment from Shiba, then once he gets control of you, then it'll be 2 times worse. So I think it implies that Ichika could actually fight Shiba, but the punishment for resisting will just be way worse. So if Ichika can put up a fight against Shiba, then that would put Shiba below Yagami in terms of speed, because Ichika can't react to Yagami's speed or even attempt to fight him. Takuya even notes that Ichika even attempting to try to stop him is laughable and practically suicide. Now at the number 1 spot, we have the man, the myth, the legend, Kiyotaka Ayana Koji. There isn't a single character on this list that can remotely hold a candle to Ayana Koji in a fight. He dominated Nanase, stating he could have knocked her out with one punch. His strength was so great that he was able to physically overpower Hosen and leave him in shock. Ayana Koji was the only one to convince Kiryun that she would be utterly utterly defeated against him. Even the 5th gen's best Takuya Yagami was afraid to fight Koji directly. Koji was also able to blitz Ichika, who is subsonic, from 5 meters away and was able to overpower her completely. He easily was able to dominate Albert, Ibuki, Ishizaki, and Ruin in a fight. He beat Tsukishiro in around 30 seconds, and it was also stated that he could have handled both Tsukishiro and Shiba by himself even if Kiryun didn't show up. It's also stated that they couldn't count the data in the White Room to fully measure Ayano Koji's physical ability, and the limited data that they did have caused Tsukishiro to think that Ayano Koji is a complete monster. He was the only survivor of the White Room's 10th level, the Beta curriculum. Keep in mind, the 6th level is beyond the limits of humans, and Koji was easily able to pass the 10th level with no difficulty. Ayano Koji was so far above everyone in the White Room that some of them began to worship him as an unreachable god. Well, that concludes this video. Let me know if you guys like the longer videos or you like the short and sweet ones. I'm interested to see your guys' thoughts in the comments on my rankings and justification. If you want to discuss or anything, or you have any questions, be sure to join my Discord. The link is right here, or you can add my Discord tag and get the link from me directly. Thank you for watching, and be sure to like, subscribe. Peace.